Hey, Pastor Mark here. So the thing I want to look at today, just for a moment, is this characteristic that separates a person who succeeds versus somebody who doesn't. And there's so many things there. And success, I know, can be defined a lot of different ways, but it's this idea of being determined to continue moving forward. That's a wonderful characteristic. Just moving forward. I'm going to keep moving forward. One of my favorite passages in the scripture is in Philippians chapter 3. And the Apostle Paul is saying, hey, I have not already obtained all this, that I want to know him, the power of his resurrection, the fellowship of his suffering, to be found in him, all of this that he wanted so bad. He goes, I haven't obtained it or already arrived at my goal, but I press on, I love this, to take hold of that which Christ Jesus has taken hold of me. Meaning he knows, I want to lay hold on what he laid hold on me for. There's something I'm not yet experiencing, and I want to press on until I experience all that God has for me. I haven't gotten there yet. That's what he's saying. Great comfort. And then he says, this is the way to do that. He says, brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it, but one thing I do, one thing, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on towards the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. He's saying, one thing I do, I'm going to mess up. I remember when I first came to the Lord years ago, that was the one fear that was holding me back from giving it all to God and following him, was that I just knew I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to blow it. Well, 30 years later, I still blow it all the time. But one thing I do, learn this from Paul, press on. Forget those things which are behind. Can't do anything about it. I don't care if that's this morning or yesterday or last year. It's hard to forget. It really is. But to forget those things which are behind and press forward in order to lay hold of that prize, that thing that God has called me to. And then he closes, he says, all those who are mature should take such a view of things. And then he goes on, he's like, if you don't think that way, then, we'll live up to the standard that you've already received. But he goes, the mature believer isn't the one who self-punishes. The mature believer is the one who puts the past in the past and presses on and is determined to lay hold of what God has laid hold of him or her for. He's got something for you. He's got something for all of us. It's going to be unique. And my encouragement is leave the past in the past. Press on. Press on. And then tomorrow, guess what? Press on again. And keep going and keep going. Before you realize that you look back and go, oh, some distance has been made. All right, bless you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.